Imagine an ancient village tucked between sandy hills and a wide, quiet road. Stone homes face a small marketplace where baskets of figs, dates and warm loaves rest on woven mats. Lamps are being lit one by one as the sun slides down, turning the sky the colour of fresh clay. In the middle of it all trots Amber, a medium golden doodle puppy with a soft, fluffy cream coat, caramel-tinted ears, oversized, sparkling black eyes, and a small, rounded snout. She's curious and kind. Children pat her head as they pass. Shopkeepers smile when she noses their baskets because she never steals. She only sniffs and wags as if saying hello. Tonight, the marketplace is almost closed. A young baker named Elora stacks the last of her bread onto a cloth, planning to bring it home for supper. She's about 12, with flour on her sleeves and steady, careful hands. Her family doesn't have much, but their oven is warm, and their hearts are too. Amber lifts her nose and freezes. Something on the evening wind makes her ears perk up. She looks toward the road where the light has grown thin. A traveller stumbles into view, dusty, weak, and leaning on a walking stick. His robes are worn, his sandals are cracked, and his eyes carry that heavy look that comes from being hungry and alone for far too long. Amber pads forward, tail swishing low, as if she knows this is not a time for wild excitement. She circles the traveller once, twice, then glances back at Elora. It's like she's saying, "Come, look." Elora hesitates. She feels the ache in her own stomach and the tug of home calling her. Bread for her family, a simple dinner, sleep. She tightens the string on her satchel. "I don't have much," she whispers, "not tonight." But the traveller's knees shake. He sways. Amber gives a soft, urgent bark, almost a whimper. Elora sighs and steps closer. "Sir," Elora says gently, "are you all right?" The traveller nods, but his voice is thin. "I will be, if I can rest, if I can eat." Elora crouches and sets down her satchel. Inside are 2 small loaves meant for her family's meal. They're not fancy, just round, simple bread, still warm from the oven. Amber noses the bag and looks up at Elora with those shining eyes. She doesn't bark now. She just waits. Elora thinks of her mother and father. She thinks of her younger sister, Leora, who always breaks the bread, hands out the first piece, and makes a joke to make everyone smile. If she gives these loaves away, there may not be enough at home. But if she walks away, will the traveller make it through the night? Elora unties the satchel. "I have 2, she says. "I can share 1. She breaks a loaf and offers half to the traveller, keeping the other half in her hand. The traveller hesitates, then accepts it with shaking fingers. He closes his eyes for a moment, whispering a short, grateful prayer. Amber sits beside him, tail thumping the dust. A woman who sells figs watches from her stall. She sees the girl give away her food. She sees the puppy keeping close. The woman steps over, quietly places a bundle of figs beside the traveller and says, "Eat, rest." Then she returns to her stall, cheeks pink, as if shy about being kind. A water seller hears the whisper of movement and looks over. He carries a clay jar. "Water?" he asks. "Fresh from the well?" He pours carefully into a small cup, and the traveller drinks, slow and steady, as if every swallow gives a little strength back. Soon, others notice. An older man brings a worn but clean cloak and drapes it around the traveller's shoulders, saying, "The night will be cool." A girl slips a smooth stone, her favourite, from her pocket and presses it into the traveller's hand like a promise that the world still holds good things. The spice seller offers a pinch of salt and herbs for the bread, No one gives much. No one can afford to. But the little gifts make a hill of care. Elora looks down at the half-loaf still in her hand. Amber noses it, then looks again at the traveller. Elora thinks of her sister, of her smile when she says, "There is enough when we share." She breaks her half again, half of a half, and places the new piece on Amber's paw. "For the traveller's friend," she says with a grin. Amber doesn't eat it. She picks up the piece gently and drops it into the traveller's hand, tail wagging. Laughter ripples through the small crowd, soft as a blanket. The traveller eats, drinks and breathes deeper. Colour returns to his face. He thanks them again and again. Voice stronger now. "You've given me more than food," he says. "You have given me hope." As the stars begin to prick the sky, a new worry rises. Where will he sleep? The fig seller gestures to a shaded corner beside her stall. "Rest here," she says. "It is not much, but the ground is level." The cloak-bearer nods. "I'll sit the first watch," he offers. "No harm will come to you while we are near." Others agree to take turns keeping an eye on the traveller as the night unfolds. Amber curls against the traveller's side, a small warm guard with caramel ears and a faithful heart. Whenever he stirs, she lifts her head, checks the shadows, then settles again. Elora sits nearby, hugging her knees, thinking of bread and choices, and the strange way giving can make you feel full. Later, Elora rises to go home, her satchel now nearly empty. She wonders how she will explain this to her family. Amber stands, looks from the traveller to Elora, and back again, as if asking permission to keep her watch. Elora scratches behind her ears. "Stay," she whispers. "Be brave." Amber settles again, eyes bright in the lamplight. Elora walks home under the stars, rehearsing words in her head. She expects trouble. She expects to be scolded. But when she tells her parents what happened, how Amber found the traveller, how she shared the bread, how the whole market joined in, they are quiet for a long time. Then Eleora's mother smiles a soft, proud smile and sets a smaller portion on the table. "We will eat less tonight," she says, "and more joyfully." Her father nods. "Love is generous," he says, "especially when we think we have little." Back in the market, the traveller sleeps, wrapped in the cloak. Amber watches the road, the stalls, the sleeping face. A breeze moves the lamps. The night becomes a calm sea, and the village rests. At dawn, the first rooster calls. Merchants yawn and sweep their thresholds. Elora hurries back with a fresh loaf her parents insisted she bring. Amber bounds to greet her, then returns to lie beside the traveller, as if introducing the two friends again. The traveller stretches, stronger now. He stands on steadier legs. "I must go," he says, though a little sorrow touches the words. "But I will not forget this place." Elora presses the loaf into his hands. "For the road," she says. The fig seller adds 2 figs. The water seller fills a skin and ties it tight. The cloak-bearer insists the traveller keep the cloak. "Another night will need it," he says, waving off the thanks. The traveller looks at the circle of faces, real people with dust on their sandals and kindness in their eyes. He looks at Amber, who wags as if she understands every word. Then he bows, low and grateful. "You have taught me what love looks like," he says. "It looks like bread shared in a quiet corner. It looks like watchful eyes through the night. It looks like a puppy who will not leave." The traveller steps onto the road, stronger than when he arrived. He pauses, turns, and raises the loaf in a little salute. "May your hands never grow tired of doing good," he calls. Elora watches him go until the traveller is a small figure on the shimmering horizon. She feels full, not from food, but from something better. She kneels and hugs Amber, who licks her chin and wags so hard her whole body wiggles. The crowd begins to drift back to their work. The marketplace wakes up, but something has changed. People greet each other with a warmth that wasn't there yesterday. The fig seller lowers her prices for a mother with many children. The water seller refills a jar for a widow and refuses payment. The cloak bearer repairs a neighbour's fence without being asked. Little acts like sparks catch and glow. That evening, Elora returns home. Her sister Leora breaks the bread and hands out the first piece, as always. "To the traveller," she says, "and to Amber, the bravest dog in our village." Everyone laughs and Eliora's father lifts his cup. "To love," he adds, "which multiplies when given." As the sun sets on the second night, a new traveller crosses the edge of the village. He looks uncertain. He looks hungry. And before anyone else moves, Amber is already trotting forward, ears up, eyes bright, ready to lead someone new to the circle of light. Love is generous, even when we have little. When we share what we have, time, food, care, love multiplies and strengthens the whole community.